Hello, hello, hello. This is Tamika Peters, President and CEO of Grow Your Nonprofit, where we help startups, small and stagnant nonprofits grow through fundraising strategies, strategic planning, and so much more. Guys, today you're in for a treat. I have my special guest, Pauline. She's back. We had to continue on about health insurance, but with a little twist. So if you're self-employed, you're a small nonprofit, we got the juice for you. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the sponsors of my podcast. Trinity Life Foundation Naples, helping at-risk youth through the enrichment program. Vaxtruths. They received a grant from the CDC to raise awareness of COVID-19 and vaccine resources in the Black and Brown communities. AVID. That stands for the Associations of Haitians Living Abroad. They opened an amazing support center right here in the beautiful Fort Myers, where they will help you with immigration support, utility billing, and English as a second language. Last but not least, Best Insurance USA, your local agency provided through Florida Blue. They will help you with business insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and so much more. So, guys, like I said, my special guest here, Pauline. How are you doing again, Pauline?
Doing fine. Glad to be back again.
Good. So what I like best about your business model is that the last episode we discussed, you called yourself a social entrepreneur. What does that mean?
It means that we don't do business only for money. We do business to serve. I have to be able to serve the community. We're doing something that will help them.
Yeah.
That's what I call myself, a social entrepreneur. And then we give back.
Right.
Give back.
Yeah, that's very important, because I know when I worked in for-profit and then I worked in government, even though I made good money, I was not fulfilled. I became fulfilled once I got into recruitment for nonprofit. I worked at an abused women's shelter, and I also worked at a free eye clinic where people were going blind, and then we would help them rejuvenate their eyesight or treat them. And I felt more fulfilled, and then I feel blessed with my business, Grow Your Nonprofit, because I get to work with different types of nonprofits. I have for-profit clients, but it's all making an impact in giving. And like my client's business, I treat it like my own, and I feel purposeful in everything we do. And I think that's why God put us here on earth, is to serve others.
Yes.
Because when you don't, you meet some rich people who are depressed and they have all the money in the world. It's because they don't have purpose in there. Maybe they don't feel fulfilled or.
Exactly. So you need to, whatever you're doing, you have not only have a purpose, but you are reaching out and helping others.
Right.
Let's say insurance. If we put numbers, I'm a number person, I'm an accountant. So if you see how much money you are saving the community, let's say you have 1,000 customers, and then even 100 of them went to the hospital, over $100,000 in bills, you see like how much money you already saved your community. They would have to be the one owing that money. You would have a community in debt. So when you do that, you serve the community. And when you go and explain to them why insurance is important, especially from my background, I'm a Haitian background, and then where we come from a public health. You go to the hospital, they see you and you leave. But here, if they do the same thing, they get a bills at the end. So you have to be there and telling them, hey, you need to have insurance. Even when you go to the hospital, they take care of you, but you need that insurance so you don't end up the one owing the money. So education, it's extremely important. We make it part of our business. Not only you come, we always say, I'm not an agent. I'm an health insurance educator.
I like that.
I educate you, but I'm not an agent, because if you ask me to sell somebody a policy, I don't know how to do that.
Right.
So I educate you. It's important to have insurance, and this is what insurance cover, and allow that person to understand and make their own choices. And when people know how to do that, they're not gonna buy bad plans the next day, because people sometimes can get confused. And buy my plane. My plane is good. My plane is zero, but they'll be able to compare why this plane is good, why this plane is not good, and make their own choices.
Yeah, I like that business model that you're not only solving a problem, there's a need, but you're also educating, and educating is very important. Another prong that I really like about your business is that you saw a need. You mentioned that you're Haitian descent, and you saw underserved communities such as the Haitian and the Hispanic communities not being educated about insurance, so which is very important. I know we talked about that in a previous episode. This episode, we're going to really focus on that entrepreneur and then that small nonprofit who does not have the budget to offer health insurance for their employees. So where there's a will, there's a way. We have the right person here for you today. I just made that up. So let's start with entrepreneur, because I'm an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, I have a small business, maybe it's just me, or I have employees of five people. How would you educate me in order to protect me? Because as we know, one accident can send you to bankruptcy that could ruin your credit and possibly make it really difficult for a lot of things.
Yes.
So let's talk about how you would help that entrepreneur with finding, I guess, the right health insurance policy for them.
Yeah, first of all, great question, Tamika. First of all, they need to know the laws. The law is in their side. Affordable Care Act, it's a law that protects people who are self-employed, actually. What is that law for? Because a lot of times they politicize the law and people don't see the juice inside that law. That law tells you, if you are a small business, you cannot afford health insurance for your employees. Not only you can go to the marketplace, the shop marketplace, the government help you pay health insurance for your employees. But if you cannot do that, you can actually have someone like me come and educate your employees and make sure they can get individual insurance through the marketplace. The government help them pay for the insurance. There is no reason anymore for anybody to stay without insurance. And you, as the entrepreneur, you as the owner of the business, that law is for you, protects you, because they know how expensive it is to have insurance for yourself and for your kids. The government will help you pay for it. What I don't want people to be scared of. Some people, I make $100,000, I make $200,000, I'm not qualified. So because really the government help you based on income. So more money you make, less help you get from them. But the good news is, as an accountant, I can tell you, the law said also they will only count your net income, not your gross, because you can make.
And we know about that net income as social entrepreneurs.
Net income is actually after all your expenses.
Right,
you can make $200,000, you only make $10,000 profit, or you even negative. So if the money that you make, don't get scared about what you make, but see what your net income. So my suggestion, you can see from your tax return, count on your tax return, not the income that you make, and look at the net business income. That's the one you count. Or you can ask your accountant or CPA to do a profit and loss statement for you. With that profit and loss, you can clearly see how much money you'll be making for the year, and the net profit, that's what you see. That can help you a lot. So the difference between you getting your insurance by yourself, your family, $2,000, $3,000 a month, to the government helping you and you pay $500, $600 a month, or some people you pay nothing. So all you have to do is contact someone, an agent, someone like us, and that can help you see how you qualify. And then how much money the government can give you, how much money you can save.
So when you were having that conversation, I was thinking having a low net income as a business owner is good until you get ready to buy something.
Yes.
So don't do that just for health insurance. And then say if your income, your business nets a large amount, don't be afraid of that either, because either you're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. So if you're not insured because of what it might cost you, not being insured can be more expensive. Tell our audience, what are the ramifications of not having health insurance, and God forbid you're diagnosed with a chronic disease, cancer, or you get in a car accident?
Yes, this is right now from what's coming from the health department. A 3-day stay in the hospital is at $30,000 without the chronic illness or anything.
That's just basic.
Just basic, $30,000 to stay in the hospital for 3 days. So you can imagine, if you don't have insurance, I'm pretty sure most people do not have $30,000 in their bank account.
No.
And the hospital is not in business to lose money, because the hospital, again,
it's a business.
Private.
It's a business.
It's not a business to lose money.
Right.
Yes. So it's a business because they're not government owned. Even if it is non-profit, most of the hospital are non-profit, but they are business. So they need to make money to pay the doctors, pay the nurses, pay the area, pay their insurance, everything that come with a business to run, they have to pay for it. And the way they pay for it, it's you come get the service, you pay them. So when you don't pay them, so they send you to credit. And I always say something to these people. America, the USA, the country that we love, we live here, they hate people who don't pay the credit. The system hates you.
Oh yeah, you be
the system
penalized for
you.
it. Yes.
Punish you hard when you don't pay your bill, because of what? The system is built on credit. Every big company you can imagine depend on credit to function. So once they have a bad apple who's not paying their bills, they punish you, so you make sure someone else can look how hard is your life. They don't dare to go that route. And that's one thing too, when we say our community suffering, a lot of them could have an edge because of credit. And I participated last month doing the hurricane with FEMA, Small Business Administration.
Okay, yes.
Most people here who could have that money, they lost the business, they couldn't. You know why?
Is it credit?
Credit.
Wow.
They could have got that money, very low interest. The government give you very low interest when it's SBA, which is like, it's so much opportunity when you can get an SBA loan. They couldn't get it. They are victim. They didn't have proper insurance to cover the losses, and they couldn't get the government help because they didn't have credit. Wow. So credit is extremely important. We think about 70% of people from the minority group don't have insurance because of medical bills. So when we say it's important to be insured and stay insured, it is extremely important, because the thing that you're gonna lose because you don't have insurance, I can even put numbers to it. Credit, example, you have bad credit because you didn't pay your $30,000 bills at the hospital, and you want to buy a car. I want to buy a Toyota, you want to buy a Toyota, for example, same car. I'm not a Toyota person, but it's $30,000. You're paying $40,000 for the car. I pay $40,000 for the car. Same year, same everything.
Yeah.
You have good credit.
Yeah.
Your monthly payment is $300. My monthly payment is $500. I don't have the money.
Yeah.
That's why my credit is bad.
Yep.
But I'm paying almost double than you because you have good credit. We wanna go rent a place right now. You go to the apartment. You have good credit. They even give you 1 month free. They want you because they know you're gonna pay your bills. I have bad credit. They say they want 3.
That's right. You're higher risk.
First, last, security deposit. So you see how hard they make your life?
Yes.
When you have bad credit, and a lot of people have bad credit, it's not because they didn't pay their credit card bills. It's not because they borrow money, they didn't pay. It's medical bills. So one way you can stop that bleeding, it's really to have insurance. And know that the Affordable Care Act, a lot of people know Obamacare, different name, but it is a law that is there to help you buy insurance. The government help you pay for it. So, you pay the government taxes every day for everything. So if they say they're gonna help you on something, you might take the help. And it's not very complicated. It's very straightforward. You get a advance premium tax credit. When you do your taxes, you do the reconciliation. If everything falls straight, you said you are gonna make 20, you make 20, everything good. They're not gonna ask you for $1 back. But if you said you are gonna make 20, you make 30, they might ask you, and then they cap how much money they're gonna ask you back. You have nothing to lose. On the other end, if you said you are gonna make 30, you make 20, they give you money back.
Wow.
If you are paying for your insurance, they give you money back. It's a very fair system in balance. So the risk staying without insurance, it's not worth it.
It's too high. It's too high.
It's not
So my question to you is, I know when the Obamacare first came out, Congress fought it. Why is it that things that could actually help people, why is the truth is sort of twisted, and it is, the connotation is so skewed, and it's misinformation, and it's almost like, oh, welfare, we're going to be a socialist society, and it's totally not true.
Yeah, that is not true. This is so sad. When I see politicians use that, people's health, just for them to gain 2 or 3 people to vote for them.
Right.
It is very sad. And then I go to the real world area. There are some people, if you said Obamacare, they don't want it.
Wow.
You have to say Affordable Care Act. Because Affordable Care Act is good. I want the government help me pay for it. I don't want Obamacare. So you can see how far that goes. And these people are the ones that are most needed for that insurance. And they're telling them it's not good because whatever party that's give them that benefit. But they don't see how important it is to have that health insurance. So the law, unfortunately, they twisted so much. You know, you can buy. I am a agent for Florida Blue, exclusive with Florida Blue. But Florida Blue has any plane that you can buy. You have the HMO plane, you have the PPO plane. The PPO plane covered you every 50 states. You can travel and still have coverage. And the beauty, because you're part of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield network, if you take that plane, you want to travel outside of the country, you still have coverage almost over 100 some countries.
Wow.
So where is the thing where they say that it's socialism, you cannot use it? No, you have so much freedom. Even with the smaller plane, that is the cheapest plane in your area, you have the right to choose your doctor. So if you say, I don't want that doctor, most of the Florida Blue, I know, within 48 hours, 72 hours, you change your doctor, you can see another PCP, depend what time it is in the month. So at least the most it would happen like 30 days for you to change your PCP. But in some cases, 48 hours, 72 hours, you would have your PCP changed to the PCP that is in your network. So why would people think that it's
PCP?
Primary care provider.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So not a lot of people might not understand our
primary
acronyms.
Care provider.
So another prong that we promised to talk about, I bring in a lot of nonprofits in my podcast and I interview them. How does a nonprofit who's small, who can afford to offer health insurance to their employees, help their staff who's given so much to help others in the community through Best Insurance USA? How could they take advantage of your services in order to offer health insurance to their staff?
They have 2 choices. As I said, the Affordable Care Act has a part for individual. It has a part shop for the small business that the government help them pay for the.
So would you help them look at both?
Yes,
they can. Which is best?
They can look at both and see which plans that gonna benefit their employees more. But most of the time, the individual plans seem to be more favorable to their employees. So they can go that route and help at least educate the employees, because if your employer don't offer you insurance, you have the right to go to the marketplace and get insurance. And then if they have less than 25 full-time employees, they're not going to be penalized for not offering insurance. So the nonprofit is not on the hook because they don't have 25 full-time employees. And the employee, your job don't offer you insurance, you can still go to the individual market and get help from the government and pay. Most of it, if you don't make a lot of money, people, it's $0. So $10, $20, $30. People don't pay, you really don't pay a lot. If you make a lot of money, of course, the government gonna ask you to, pay your fair share, about 10% of whatever you make. But beside that, a lot of people can have a $0.
So my question to you, Pauline, I'm very disappointed in you, because I want to know, where were you when I was at the particular nonprofit and they didn't have health insurance, and my son and I had to go without health insurance, and we're on pins and needles and hoping that there were no accidents or anything going on.
Yes, I'm here, Tamika, and as I said, that's what I don't stop. I keep going to podcasts like yours, go to other radios, go to local churches in my area, educate, because I still realize
there's still a huge
10 years later
miseducation,
misinformation. I didn't know I could have insurance. I don't know, a lot of people were losing their Medicaid coverage because through COVID, from 2000 to 2023, they were not doing redetermination for Medicaid. A lot of people were in Medicaid, but they never look again how much money they're making because of federal help. But back in April 2023, government said no more. we're not an emergency anymore, so they're not gonna give extra money to the state. So state like Florida drop a lot of people out. And those people, because they're so used to Medicaid, they take like, I have nowhere else to go. Oh, they have nowhere else to go, but you do. If you are on Medicaid, the government drop you because you're not qualified for Medicaid. Because you're not qualified for Medicaid, most likely you qualified for a marketplace plan with $0. You will still have a plan that probably don't have deductible. All your preventive care covered. And you don't have to pay mostly anything. If you have to pay, it's very low, but you would have the coverage. So I always tell people, please, 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 if you hate poverty, be insured.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
You hear that, guys? If you hate poverty, be insured.
Yes.
And Pauline, I don't think you're just talking about health insurance. There's other insurance, period.
Yes.
We're talking about life insurance too.
Yes.
Because we don't want to, we're tired of GoFundMes in our community to pay for funerals. We don't need GoFundMes. We can get insurance. And if you get it, actually you should get insurance for your children when they're first born, because long and behold, if your child is diagnosed with some sort of chronic illness or disease, guess what? That's a pre-existing condition, and they won't even qualify for life insurance.
And then you create wealth for your kids.
You create wealth.
And when the kids are small, you know what? You don't take
It's cheap.
to pay for the for 100 years. That's the mistake too people take when they take life insurance for their children. They do those little plan and you pay $1, $2. That's a mistake. You take a plan where you pay it in 20 years. It's almost the same price. You finish paying for the insurance in 20 years. If you take it while your baby's baby, by the time they go to college, the plan is paid off. You can buy up to $100,000 for your kid, and then it's paid off. Every dollar that you put in there will be sitting there for them with interest. And if they have an issue, they can take that money out to pay for a car and borrow the money because it's asset. It's not money that you lose. We have to come back.
This is so juicy, Pauline. We're definitely going to record another podcast specifically just about life insurance. And do you have any brochures? Because I would love to have your brochures here when I have guests, and if I know they have a small nonprofit, we could provide that to them. Do you have that?
Yes, I do. I do have literature. I can offer that to you. I bring some.
Yeah, and also Best Insurance USA just came on as a sponsor for Grow Your Nonprofit. So I feel so passionate about this, and there's a need. I'm going to add a page on my website specifically for insurance with a tab leading to Best Insurance, because if a nonprofit does not offer life insurance insurance to their employees, this is a great path to take. So Pauline, would you please share with our audience to your information, your website, to reach out to your staff for a consultation to educate themselves. This is about education. This is not just about selling you a policy. This is about education.
Yes, we're telling the audience to be prepared, be insured. So never take your health for granted. I'm healthy. I'm not going to be going to the hospital. One accident can bankrupt you. And the only way you can be prepared is by insurance. And then having that insurance give you the guarantee if you go to the hospital, you will get the care. If you need to take your medication, you can go to the pharmacy and you'll be able to buy your medication. If your health is important to you, if you love yourself and today you don't have health insurance, I'm asking you to please reconsider. Find a place, find someone, an agency. It doesn't have to be me. Any agent out there, hopefully it's us. But you talk to us, we can explain to you what are your options and then have insurance. Even if you have insurance with a very high deductible, but at least you have insurance, because the deductible limits how much money you spend out of pocket. If it's $8,000, that's the most you would have to pay for the year. So make sure you buy health insurance. And then for us, you can visit us at the website. It's bestinsuranceusa.net. You can call us at 1-800-490-0971 or visit any of our locations. We have offices in Orlando area, Central, East Coast, 3 locations on the East Coast and 3 locations on the West Coast, Fort Myers, Lee, Immokalee, Naples area. So visit our website. You will see all those and request for a quote. We'll be happy to talk to you over the phone or sit one-on-one and explain your choices. Then you can make the best decision for you and your family.
Thank you so much, Pauline.
Thank you, Tamika. It was a pleasure.
Yes. So I hope that you got something out of this episode, the importance of insurance to cover yourself and your family as an entrepreneur and as a small nonprofit who's not able to afford health insurance for your staff. So like Pauline said, even if your deductible is high at $8,000, that's better than that $30,000 base price for hospitalization. And that's not including if they need to do surgery or any other things for an issue that you may have. So I hope that you got something out of this podcast. If you know someone who could benefit, please share this particular episode with them. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more Grow Your Nonprofit podcast episodes.
Thank you.
Thank you.